Hi, I'm Miss Kathleen from Trinity Church, sometimes known as Kathleen Kapkara. I work at Trinity in the field of Christian formation, which means that I try to help people be formed, become more like themselves, become better people by coming close to God and becoming close to each other and learning the stories about the people of God and about God's work in the world. That's what we try to do. There are many videos of these stories now on YouTube, and I hope you look at some of the ones even that are marked for small groups, because they're all stories that everybody can wonder about and understand. You can probably tell that today's story is going to happen in the desert, because we've had desert stories before, but it's not like any desert story we've ever had. It's a kind of parable that happens in the desert, but it's not a parable that Jesus told. It's a parable that the ancient rabbis, the Jewish teachers, told. But before we have the story, we need a way to get ready, because sometimes it's hard to listen. And one of the ways that I get ready is to ring the bell. Remember our Tibetan singing bowl? Do you remember how we do this? The way we do this is listen to it, and as the sound fades away and finally is silent, then you will be ready to listen to the story, or I hope you will be. Sometimes it helps to close your eyes and take some deep breaths while you're listening very carefully for the sound of this bell. And let's say a little prayer before we listen to the story, because this story is going to take a lot of imagination. God, be in our eyes and in our seeing, in our ears and in our hearing, and in our hearts and minds and in our understanding. Once there was a great desert. In the middle of this desert was a deep well. A well is a place where you can usually get water. But this well was so deep, people couldn't even see the water at the bottom of the well. Sometimes, if you came really close, you could feel some of the cool moisture coming up and touching your face, and it was refreshing. But how would anybody get water out of this well? It was too deep. And as you know, the desert can be dangerously hot. And green plants don't grow there to give shade to cool people or for food for people to eat. And it's so hot, but the wind blows and changes the shape of the desert, and so it's easy to get lost. And without water in the desert, people just hurried through until they could find a place that was less dangerous. Sometimes people noticed these golden threads, but they just thought they were silly and they hurried on. And sometimes people saw an old cup, kind of with a handle on it, somewhere in the desert, but what would one use such a cup for? They didn't know, so they just hurried on to get away from the dangerous desert. But one day, somebody came into the desert who was not in a hurry. This person took their time. They looked into the well and felt the coolness coming out of it. And this person kicked at these golden threads. What could they be for? The person walked and thought, and the person took their time. And then suddenly, the person had an idea. The person started to take the threads and tie them together. And the person went to this big cup with a handle and tied the thread onto the handle and put it down into the well, deeper and deeper and deeper, and the person brought forth refreshing water. The person tasted the water and was changed. Here, you can taste some of the water too. And after the person tasted the water, they left the bucket, the cup with the string tied so next to the well, so that the people who came by later would be able to drink the refreshing water and be changed too. I wonder if you have ever been in a desert like this. Or maybe not just like this, but a place that feels like a desert, that feels dangerous and scary and doesn't have much to make you stay. I wonder where this desert could really be right now. I wonder what these golden threads could really be, besides just golden threads. I wonder what the refreshing water could really be. I wonder if you've ever tasted something like refreshing water and were changed. I wonder why this person stopped and thought about what to do with the golden threads when the other people didn't. I wonder what you wonder about this story. But wait, what about a different ending? What if the person took the threads off the cup and left it in the desert so the next person could come and figure it out for themselves? I wonder which ending to the story you like the best. I keep wondering about these golden threads and what they might be to me right now. Like, where am I in this story? What things or people tied together have helped me to get refreshing water and be changed? I wonder if you can talk about this story with the people around you and see what they think about it. What those golden threads might be to them. What that refreshing water, what refreshes them right now. Over the next few weeks in the fall, I'm going to talk a little bit, maybe some 1 or 2 minute videos on some ways that we can come closer to God through prayer. I hope that you'll join me on YouTube and Facebook. God bless you this week, and I'll see you soon.